everybody.
What up?
What up? It's your boys, Jbomb and Keith.
Howdy.
That's Jbomb. I'm
What's
Keith.
up? That's how it goes.
What's going on? Welcome back to Save the Planet. Once again,
Woohoo.
endorsed by Mountain Earth Democracy. Go mad.
Go mad.
Every single week, go mad.
We're always going mad.
All the time.
Yeah.
So welcome in, everyone. Hope you all enjoyed today's episode. Hope you all have been enjoying the number of episodes. We are on episode 10 this year so far.
Nice.
So in retrospect to that, we only did 12 in 2021.
That's pretty badass, though.
That is, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, so we only did 12 in 2021. I think 4 or 5 of those were literally at the last month and a half.
Yeah, no shit. I mean, there was a couple of weeks we did 2 a week, you know?
Well, that was the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
So we are hitting her hard this year. I said that I wanted to do more this year and get back into it. And 10 episodes into 2022, I think we're thick into it. And next week, though,
I'm psyched for
boy.
next week's episode. Next week's episode is going to be a game changer, I believe.
Next Friday's episode is the episode we have been waiting for, and we hope for our listening audience that you all have been waiting for as well, is the episode where we interview Virginia-based band and mad endorsed Push the Attack.
Yes. And I mean, I've partied with these guys. These guys are crazy. It's going to get interesting, man.
I am looking forward to it.
All these guys cover different personality spectrums. It's going to be hilarious.
I can't wait because these are guys that I want to get to talk to more and get to know a little more. I know Chop a little, but not that much. So it'll be really cool to sit down with them and just talk to them. We're going to go for as long as we need to get to all 4 of them, man, or however many is going to be there. We're hoping all 4 can be there, which is
it's going to be at their practice. It's going to be at their practice, so it'll be all 4.
Yeah, so all 4 of them should be there. If anything happens, we'll of course let you know. But just to get to know all 4 of them, we're going to go as long as we need to, and the after show still going to have one for you. So don't even worry about missing a thing from anybody. You are definitely going to want to listen to this podcast with Push the Attack, and I hope this also leads to other band or other interviewers we have down the line. I know Skinner we have all the time. We talk to him. I interviewed him a lot last week, which you may not remember. But, I think it's really cool that Skinner does that, but we also need more than just Skinner, I think. And I'm looking very much forward to Push the Attack.
Yeah, I'm totally looking forward to them. It's going to be fun.
But before we get to next week, we have to worry about today.
Yeah.
Today, this Friday.
Yes.
And what we have planned on today is, J-Bomb has a couple of things he wants to talk about today. And I'm going to kind of let him maybe steer it because I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of tired today.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, like I get a little bit more energy, but it's like I've had a busy day today. I did some stuff before the podcast even started and whatnot, and sat down for maybe about an hour. Now we're here recording. I'm just ready to kind of relax. I don't think I'll be able to sleep. That's not the thing, but I think I'm just ready to just relax and unwind. And so doing this, I will be a little bit, but maybe not as much as I should. Cause whenever I'm doing talking stuff, I still want to be up. And so I can at least talk and be kind of entertaining. So I'm here with it for sure. I'm going to be entertaining, but not going to lie. I cannot wait until we get done with the after show tonight because I'm probably just going to lay in bed, not even play games, which I usually do. But tonight, just going to lay in bed and just watch TV and hope and whatever to finally get to sleep.
I still got to get a shower tonight. But honestly, dude, I've had a nonstop day myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I thought by now I'd be kind of tired. But I'm not too bad. I'm feeling all right. But I've had an insane day. My day started at 3 a.m. last night.
Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. It was brutal. Like I was laying in bed, sleeping, sleeping pretty good, because
Hmm.
I've started taking my sleep meds, and at first they fucked my world up. Made me like drunk texting people and stuff like that. Um, yeah, trazodone ain't no joke, dude. But now my body's gotten used to it, so I'm sleeping good. But about 3 o'clock in the morning last night, I get woken up to the sound of like splashing on my floor, on my bedroom floor, like something's like something got poured out or something got spilled. And I wake up and I flip my light on real quick and I look over next to my bed at the bathroom door, and there's my son standing there just throwing up his
Oh,
guts, man, just puking. And like he almost made it to the bathroom, but didn't quite get there. So like
oh,
I
poor
jump up
guy.
and yeah, I felt so bad for him, dude. I jump up and I open the bathroom door and I'm like, here, go finish in there because he's still just throwing up like
Mm.
crazy. And I mean, he was throwing up so bad, dude, like his feet were shaking.
Oh
And
my
I mean, I
gosh.
yeah, I felt so fucking bad for him. And finally, he was done. I got him a Sprite, and I was like, here, you can lay in your bed and watch some TV. Obviously got some kind of stomach bug.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I got to spend the next 30, 40 minutes cleaning that up before I could go back to sleep.
Ugh.
Uh, so yeah, that was a hell of a start to the day.
I'd say, dude.
Yeah, man, it was brutal. He's feeling better now. I think he'll be able to go back to school tomorrow. I think it might have just been one of those little 24-hour stomach bugs or something.
I
But
hate those.
yeah, I mean, my ex-wife's dealing with it too. Like, because I decided, he was up 3 o'clock in the morning sick. I'm not sending him to school today.
Hmm.
And as soon as my ex-wife picked up my youngest daughter to take her to the bus stop, she called me right after that and was like, "So I hear that Raylan's not going to school today." And I was like, "Nope." She's like, "Let me guess, is he throwing up like crazy?" I said, "Yep." She's like, "Me too." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Ooh.
So yeah, but also my ex-wife's pregnant. It could be that she's just doing pregnant shit, having that morning sickness and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he was definitely sick and he took the day off. But he's done good the rest of the day today, so I think he'll be all right tomorrow.
If he wasn't sick, it'd be like, yeah, a day off from school. Woo. But
Yeah.
sick days aren't fun.
Well, he took full advantage of it though, from what my mom told me, because mom watched him when I was at work, and he spent the first half of his day playing Fortnite on his Switch, and then he laid around for a little bit, and then next thing you know, he was on the PlayStation 4 playing old WWE 2K19. He's become addicted to that damn game, so he got video game time in today.
Fucking Fortnite.
Yeah, fucking
What
Fortnite.
are we going to do, man?
There's nothing you can do.
Hey, you plan on getting him the new 2K?
Yeah, that's my plan, but the weird little shit doesn't want it.
Excuse me?
He don't want it.
What the heck?
I've showed him trailers and shit trying to get him, because his birthday's in April.
Right.
So my plan was, hopefully my tax money would be here by his birthday. I was going to get him a PlayStation 4 for his room and the new WWE 2K22. So I mean, I started showing him trailers for it, shit, try to get him hyped about it. And he's like, "No," he said, "for my birthday, I'd rather just have a Xbox or a PlayStation and have 2K19." And I was like, "What?"
What?
Yeah, I think what it is because I have a copy of 2K19 on my PlayStation, and where it has the community creations where you can
Yeah.
download characters. He's
Uh-huh.
went nuts like the past few months downloading just random people that he likes playing as. I mean, my fucking WWE game's got like Star Wars characters and Mortal Kombat characters and comic book characters. They're it's not even a WWE game anymore, man. It's just a fucking free for all. You know. So I think that's what's got him hung up on wanting to have that game. So honestly, I'm almost at the point where I might just end up on his birthday of getting a new PlayStation 4 for the living room and just giving him mine, since mine has 2K19 on it. It's got Mortal Kombat 11 on it. It's got Red Dead Redemption 2 on it. So
did, did you
all
did
kinds
you
of stuff
tell
he
him
can
that you
play.
could did you tell him that you could do the same thing on 2K22?
Yeah, I did. I
Like you
don't.
can
I
re-download those characters, buddy.
I think I think the problems he's having is he's done got in his head the old school versions of these characters, and he don't like the new school versions, especially like he likes the old Roman Reigns with the Shield and Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. He sees this new Roman Reigns, this High Chief or whatever the hell he is. He don't like it. He's like, I don't know who the hell that is. I don't like him.
It's Roman Reigns, dude. That's the better version. What are you
Yeah, I
talking?
agree. I
I mean,
agree, but he's
kid,
six,
he's a
man.
kid. He's 6. Yeah, he can't be too
Which
critical of that.
which actually leads me perfectly into one of the subjects I was wanting to bring up
Yeah, go
because
ahead.
I was like this when I was a kid, but as a lot of people know, this week Scott Hall died.
Mhm.
I mean, he had 3 heart attacks in a day, which is got to be brutal. But yeah, Scott Hall passed away, and as a kid, I couldn't stand Scott Hall, but that was. As a kid, you get pissed off at the bad guys and you love the good guys and you don't really think about anything else. But as you get older, as I got older, I started realizing, man, Scott Hall was one of the best heels in the business because you got to be you got to have a kick-ass bad guy that everybody hates in order to build up these good guys. But as a kid, you don't think about that shit. As a kid, I was like, bang, and I don't like Scott Hall. He's an asshole. But once I got older, I was like, okay, I understand now. So yeah, Scott Hall dying really sucked. I
Mhm.
hated hearing about that.
Scott Hall, I didn't realize like I'd always known about his WCW debut and how big and influential that was. I didn't
Yeah.
realize it because I'd never really watched it myself, but how crazy that was, and how like the excuse me the announcers were just like being like, what's going on, call security, stuff like that. How just like out of nowhere that was, and everyone's still thinking he worked for the Federation. It's just like that that would be like if AEW signed someone still relatively going in WWE right now. Let's say well, I
Like,
mean they do that all the time anyways, but
I mean,
I'm
almost it'd be
talking,
like almost if like Triple H went to AEW.
yeah, and he's just like talking as if the WWE is going to invade AEW or something, which
Yeah.
would never happen, but
No.
or I
Yeah.
guess in a more realistic sense, since he's still a free agent, if Cody Rhodes went to WWE and he said that All Elite Wrestling was going to invade soon, or he's hinting at an All Elite Wrestling invasion, which wouldn't
Yeah.
happen either.
No.
So it's like that back then must have been crazy. I wish I was a wrestling fan, but at the time that happened, that was 1996. I was a wee year, 3 years old.
Now, see, that was right when I first started watching wrestling. Like growing up, my dad hated wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
so I was raised that wrestling sucked. And then my dad's third marriage, um, her nephew was a huge wrestling fan, and me and him started hanging out. He was the only kid I had around that I could hang out with, that wasn't a girl. So me and him hung out, and he got me into wrestling. And that was right when I first started watching wrestling. Was when the whole invasion shit started happening with the NWO taking over WCW, and the war on the Monday Night War and all that stuff. That was when I started watching, and it was cool as hell. I mean, it got my attention. But but I guess when I started, I automatically had those people I picked that I didn't like, and I still don't like most of them. I don't like Hulk Hogan. I don't like Ric Flair. I automatically picked these assholes that I was like, nope. And
I don't
that
like
was
them.
all because of the NWO invasion of the Monday Night Raw Nitro shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what built my hatred for Hulk Hogan so much.
Did you build it whenever like he turned on everyone and became the new world order Hogan, or were you like sort of not into that uh red and gold Hogan that they were still trying to trot out in WCW until he turned?
Actually, when I started watching, I can tell you the first Nitro I watched because my cousin he liked WWF, but WWF back then was kind of very far fetched. I mean,
Drizzling shits is what
it
I've heard.
was yeah. I mean, Undertaker was striking people with lightning, and Kane was setting people on fire, and It was very unrealistic.
Well, it's
There
like
was,
not even then. Like you're talking like 95 or 96, whenever they had like the Minotaur.
yeah, shit like that too.
And the trash, or the guy that was dressed as like a trash man, or the guy that was like a hockey player. It's like, what are you doing, guys? These aren't really comic book guys, dude.
Yeah. Well, see, with me, the when I started watching, with just like anything that I get into, whether it be Walking Dead or whatever, once I get into it, I'm like a geek about it. Like with wrestling, I was like, okay, this is the beginning of me watching it, but now I want to see everything I've missed. So I was
Mm-hmm.
trying to get a hold of everything. But actually, the first night I watched wrestling, it was Monday Nitro, and it was in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was actually the main event was Goldberg versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan for the World Heavyweight title. And I watched it leading up to it, and I just looked at my cousin and I said, "Whoever wins this match, that's who I'm going to pull for from
I
here on
remember
in."
you telling this story. Yes.
Yeah, and then Goldberg won, and that's when I became a Goldberg fan. But that was like right at the peak of the NWO invasion. So I mean, it was insanity at that time. It was fun as hell.
Man, what a change of fate it would have been if Hogan would have won that match.
No shit.
You would
Because
have been a huge Hulk Hogan fan. That would not have worked.
to be honest, at that time, Hogan was the only guy I really knew because I was a movie fan. So I was watching, I've seen all the Hogan movies back then, even though they were completely crap, but for a kid, they were funny as hell, like Suburban Commando and shit like that. Those movies were pretty funny. So I knew who Hulk Hogan was. Honestly, I kind of thought Hogan was going to win, which is why I said it. But then when the match started and Goldberg just ripped it through him, I was like, okay, this guy's cool because he just hurts people. And I watched him continue to hurt people, and do his squash matches. Now, once I learned, more about the behind the scenes and the technicalities of wrestling, I started realizing, okay, Goldberg's cool, he's intense and shit, but that dude can't wrestle for shit. Yeah, that's why his matches are all squash matches. He's popular, but he don't know much. So it's like, okay, Bill, go to the ring, spear this guy, jackhammer him, walk the fuck out, and everybody will love it. And that's how it went for years.
I was gonna say, it was just like he didn't have to be good at wrestling. He just had to be good at what he did, which was go out there, look like a badass, squash people in under a minute or two, and then just walk out with being the winner. It's like this wrestling thing isn't hard.
Yeah.
It really isn't that hard if you know a guy's strengths and weaknesses. Work to their strengths.
I think back then, the first real match he had that was actually good and lasted longer than 5 minutes was him and DDP at Halloween Havoc. That was like a 20, 30-minute long match, and that was a good fucking match.
That was the one that cut off at the end there because they turned off the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I remember reading about that.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't do that on DirecTV. Like, because
I was gonna say, because I remember you saying that you watched it. I'm like, what? No way. Because I remember the stories being that, yeah, they had to show the entire second half main event on Nitro the next night because they cut off for over half the people watching on pay-per-view. It's like,
I think I remember Nitro. I think I remember Nitro doing that, and I was wondering why. Because on DirecTV, it worked all the way through.
Yeah, I guess it was everybody else. Because
yeah,
I know
it might have been cable companies or something,
Maybe, because I know I've heard of like different wrestling reviewers from the past going back to that and being like, yeah, this happened, but this also was a controversy because WCW lol.
Yeah.
But it happens. It was still an excellent main event though, from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, it was great. It was.
I need to go back and watch some WCW stuff. WCW just never interested me.
That was what I was when I first started watching, dude. That was my thing. It was WCW. I liked it because at the time, like I said, WWF was like over the top, doing shit that was just like completely like unrealistic. But WCW had at that time had better storylines and definitely had better fucking wrestlers.
Yeah, I can't go back and watch stuff from like 96, 97, like mid 97 on earlier from WWF, but I can't go back and watch anything WCW. I don't know why. They're just their production, their style, just the way they look. I'm just like, I don't know. I'll listen to like podcasts and stuff reviewing them, but I don't have any interest really in watching the shows because that just feels like Hulk Hogan in the gang. You know what I mean? Even more so than what he did back in the Federation.
Yeah, and there was those moments that they revealed later on that Hogan, Hall, and Nash pretty much ran WCW and did whatever the hell they wanted, and they didn't care if it was a bad decision as long as it was what they wanted and benefited them. They was doing it then, and honestly, that's what drove WCW down into the ground was ego, and that's what killed it. Was they had these good wrestlers and they didn't use them, kind of like a company I know now. Um,
Right?
yeah, boy, it sounds like we're repeating history. But
You know what they say about doing that?
yeah. So, but I mean, I think WCW was my thing because I mean there was the Goldberg NWO thing, which was always entertaining, but they also had the cruiserweight division, and WWF didn't have those crazy flying around bastards, and they made shit fun. I mean, that's where Eddie Guerrero came out of, and Eddie had some great matches in WCW.
Did you see their tribute video to Scott Hall? Have you seen that?
I have.
Did you see where they messed up on something? Or did you hear about it?
Okay, I may not have seen the tribute video. What I seen was what WWE posted, which was just like
It's the
some of
same
his
one.
best matches. This was just like his best matches, best match moments.
Well, they made like about a 2 or 3 minute tribute for how they deal with all the wrestlers that pass away, just about some of the bigger wrestlers, anyways. They
Yeah.
make those 2 to 3 minute tributes about their life and their history.
No, I haven't seen that one. What did they screw up?
So they mentioned that his infamous, well, not infamous, but his great, excellent ladder match for the Intercontinental title against HBK at WrestleMania 10.
Oh yeah.
But what they screwed up is they called it the very first ladder match in WWE.
Wasn't it?
It was not. There was
What was?
a dark match, which I guess if you don't want to count it, I guess you can say that is first quote unquote televised. I thought it wasn't even the first televised, but there was a ladder match previously with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart
Really?
that was, yes, that happened before this, but I could have swore that was on TV. I guess they meant the first ladder match on pay-per-view,
Yeah, because I
but
mean, I always thought it was the first WWE ladder match.
it was not.
Huh.
They'll probably say it on some kind of technical term, and which sucks because I don't want to devalue Scott Hall or anything, but
Yeah.
I just want to I just want to say like facts are facts, and the fact is this wasn't the first. It was probably the second, and maybe the first on pay-per-view,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the first WWE sanctioned ladder match.
Mm. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but other than that screw up, it was just a nice tribute. They always do nice tributes to
Oh yeah, they.
wrestlers, whether they be going to the Hall of Fame or they had passed away. They're always just amazing at that.
That's one thing I will give WWE credit for is they have top notch editors when it comes to shit like that. Like
100%.
editing music or people talking or anything or in video and making it all like click together. They got the best people in the business for that.
I'll be honest with you, like some of the editing styles that they use for their shows or whatnot, I implement into my stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I was so influenced by wrestling throughout my life, and then those video packages, especially the ones from like 1999 to 2005, 2006, maybe.
Uh,
Like I use a lot of stuff, like a lot of ideas and like audio cues from those to be like make my edits as crisp as possible. So there are some things with WWE that do lead with me to what I'm doing now, which is crazy
yeah.
to think. But yeah, dude, I've always loved their production when it comes to video packages, documentaries. I used to like it whenever they had better music and stuff representations for their intros, but
Yeah. Back when they used good music.
yeah.
Yeah. That's been a while.
Complete side note, Edge has changed his theme, by the way.
I heard about that.
But it's another Alter Bridge song, and it sounds just as cool. It just looks like a darker, more kind of mature version of Edge. So I am okay with
Do you
it.
know what Alter Bridge song it is?
I can't remember the title, but I know the song. I can't
Is it
remember
an
the
older
title.
one?
No, it's a newer one.
Oh,
I'm
if it's
pretty sure
newer, I
it's a
probably
newer
don't
one.
know what it is.
Go whenever we're done with the podcast or whenever you get a chance sometime this week, go watch Edge's new entrance. And I think you'll like how it is based on how he came out to it, because it's definitely a much darker, more mature Edge this time.
I mean, he's switched over to the heel roll now, right?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's exactly what they did it for.
yeah, him switching over and cheap shotting AJ Styles and shit is what I read. So,
Which
I
they're
do want to
doing,
see them,
they're,
WrestleMania.
they're doing Edge and AJ. I'm happier than a pig and shit because of that. So, and the fact that it's heel Edge going against the babyface AJ, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
And if Edge wants to change something, even though that Metalingus song is just so known to be Edge at this point, I'm
yeah,
I'm cool with it. Mostly just because they kept Alter Bridge. So
yeah. That's pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah, keeping Alter Bridge was a good move.
So what's the second thing you wanted to talk about? We are about halfway through the show, but actually, before you get on to that, may I talk about our after show?
Yes,
I think we should here.
indeed.
That's important because we'll be going an extra 30 minutes after this. If you want to check out that nonsense, talking about what we've talked about throughout this episode, just kind of steaming off whatever we didn't talk about here, just whatever we want to, that we can't really talk about on the show for reasons that we just don't want to, or for other personal reasons or stuff. That happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You can check us out on our new PDY Patreon page. For $3 a month, you get access to each episode, 30 minutes. We are on episode 13 now, so you might want to start going back and listening to some of these episodes. Some of our best content as of this year as came from the after show, but you cannot listen to it unless you become a $3 Patreon member. I'm telling you, we've had some great episodes this year of Save the Planet, but we've had even probably equal or maybe even more better things happen on the after show, especially some of the stories Jbomb has told. Holy Christ.
Crazy shit.
Absolutely. So you do not want to miss that for just $3 a month, and you get access to all of them. Just keep paying $3 a month. You continue to have access, and the catalog will keep growing and growing as we continue doing these, because every time we record one, we record an after show, and there will be an after show for next week's episode with Push the Attack, which may be a little extended because we have all four on there. So it'll be a little crazier too. So you never know.
Yeah. I mean, if we hold off on like some of the more insane questions that we wouldn't normally ask,
Yeah.
we could make a hell of an after show for this.
I think it's going to be insane for both the regular show and the after show, dude.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, knowing these guys, yeah, it's gonna be wild.
So that's patreon.com/itspdy, patreon.com/itspdy. Go and listen whenever you get done with this podcast.
Yeah.
More Jbomb and Keith. More Save the Planet. What can you go wrong with that about?
Yeah. I mean, if you're already listening, might as well listen some more.
Yeah, dude, might as well.
You gotta get all the details. You
may feel like you're just missing a little piece of something if you don't.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that.
Like when we bring up something that happened on those after shows later on in a normal episode, you're like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Like anytime we talk about the New Year's thing.
Yes.
We can't. We're not going to talk about it here.
No.
A little bit too much.
Little crazy.
So what's the second thing you want to talk about today, Jbomb?
It's kind of still wrestling related, kind of not.
Are we actually doing a wrestling podcast today?
We might. I don't know. We might be.
That's crazy.
I mean, this one's not really about WWE or any company for real. It's a show on Stars that called Heels.
Yeah, so you mentioned this prior.
Yeah, my brother-in-law watched it. He's kind of like an on and off wrestling fan, but like he started watching it and he called me. He's like, dude, you gotta watch the show. And this was like back in October, and you know me in October, like I watch nothing but Halloween and horror shit in October.
Yeah, you're not going to watch anything wrestling related during the scary month.
No, hell no. That's a waste of time. Yeah, that's fucking crazy. And then I just kind of forgot about it, but I did download the whole season to, if I ever wanted to, to watch it.
It was there.
Yeah, it would be there for me. And And, finally I said, you know what, screw it. I ain't got nothing to watch. I'm going to try the Hills out. Like I said, it's on Stars. So if you like the sound of it, check it out.
Obscure, but cool.
Yeah. I mean, but it's all on demand too. So I started watching it.
What isn't? Sorry.
Yeah. It's totally on demand. But I started watching it and I was like, okay, first episode, it's all right. Second episode, I was like, that's even better. And like every episode of the show got better. But basically, it's summarized. It's a drama. It's a Stars original drama show. But it's about two brothers that grew up with their dad being not like top notch, like WWE level famous wrestler, but like a local, like state known wrestler and like
Indie guy.
yeah, like an indie guy. And some of the bigger names knew him because of how good he was. They'd had matches and shit with him. But like, he's dead, but they're trying to keep his company alive, which is a wrestling company in their local town. And I mean, it's cool because the brothers are they're normal brothers. They fucking fight about every damn thing. And one brother is the heel and the other brother's the face. The good bad guy and the good guy. And it's a lot of like what you don't see backstage at wrestling and stuff. It goes into that, like the storylines and who's going to win this and how it's going to go down and all this shit. And then there's like there's one wrestler on it that worked for their company and got found and went to the big time, and now he's like an old washed up wrestler that can't keep his shit together because he's a drunken alcoholic pillhead that can't stay off the drugs. And he tries to come back and shit. But really, I mean, it's just cool. It's cool storylines. And even if you're not a wrestling fan, you'll like it. But it does have some cameos from a couple of known wrestlers, like CM Punk. I got to tell you about CM Punk. He's in an episode. Well, actually, he's in like 2 episodes. But he plays like an old school wrestler that was really, pretty famous. But he's dressed up like kind of like Tarzan. Like he's got like loincloth on and shit.
Uh-huh.
And he's got his valets dressed up like it too. They look like cavemen coming off the rampway. And he's got his son with him, and his son's flying this fucking drone to the ring. And as you get closer to seeing the drone is like, it's a possum.
What?
It's a flying possum drone, and it gets up in Stephen Amell's face and spits blood all over.
What the fuck?
It's funnier than hell. But that's the main character, Stephen Amell, and anybody is a WWE fan, he's a huge wrestling fan. He's been on a couple of Raws, and I think he was even a couple pay-per-views. He's the guy that used to play Arrow he was the Green Arrow on the Arrow show on CW, and then he's been on a lot of WWE programming. But he made a whole show after he done a few matches and little quick stuff with WWE. He just fell in love with wrestling and came up with this show. But it's cool, and the big storyline with the whole show is they're competing. They're in Georgia and they're competing with a independent wrestling company in Florida that's trying to be like ECW. Like they're doing thumbtacks and barbed wire and setting shit on fire and going crazy. Like most of the clips on the TV when they're seeing this other company, most of the clips are old TNA stuff with like Abyss and shit like that. But it's really cool, and actually Mick Foley's even in an episode, and he's a total asshole.
That's opposite of Mick Foley.
It is the opposite of Mick Foley. I've met Mick Foley. He is not an asshole, but on this show, he is.
I wonder how much he had to stretch for that, because damn, dude, I cannot see Mick Foley at all being an asshole.
Really? I mean, I guess you kind of take it from his angle. He probably isn't an asshole, but like watching the show and like getting involved with these characters and caring about the characters, when he comes in and starts asking them, because what it is he's an old school retired wrestler that runs a podcast. And he's interviewing one of the wrestlers about their big state fair event, and he starts asking personal questions about his dad, because his dad's dead and all this stuff, and he starts bringing up his dad, and just the way he does it, like you're like, oh, that's bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, it is cool. And Mick Foley does a good job at trying to play the asshole that isn't trying to be an asshole.
He he sounds like a certain nature boy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
A little bit.
yeah, a little instigator. Yeah, that's kind of what he was, a little instigator. But yeah, it's a good show. Like I really I didn't think I would like it, but the more I watched it, it got really really good. So yeah, dude, if you got time, check it out. You would dig it too, being a wrestling fan. But I mean, it's got a really good storyline to it too, as far as just their personal lives outside of the ring. And most of it concentrates on that. Like the struggling promoter that's about to have to shut his company down, and the relationship between his family because of it, and stuff like that. But it's cool.
Here's my thing, and
Mm,
it's just me.
yeah.
I'm a wrestling fan,
Uh-huh.
but I'm no longer a wrestling fanatic, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I'm not either.
So, like, I go back and watch old WWF Attitude era pay-per-views and even some Ruthless Aggression. Go
I'm
back and
more the
watch stuff for
nostalgia guy now. Yeah, just like
yeah.
that.
Go back and watch some of that. I listen to some of the new guys from other podcasts and other radio news wrestling news shows that I listen to.
Mm.
I don't, and I never really have because even the wrestler I wasn't even that into. Because when it came out, was starting to be that transitioning into me slowly coming off this huge fanaticism I had. Because
Mm.
whenever I was a kid, I was crazy about wrestling. If it
I
was
think I
wrestling
think
related,
most dudes were.
if it was wrestling related, I either had it or I watched it. But when
Yeah.
the wrestler came out, it was right around the time where I started being like, all right, this is kind of starting to get out a little bit. But and even now I still follow it to an extent. I know most of the guys, I know some of the stuff that's going on. I have zero interest in watching it. Plus it's on Stars. I'm not getting Stars. Like if it was on Netflix or HBO Max or something like that.
It's also on Amazon Prime. Well, I don't know if
Oh
you have
well, all right, I have Amazon Prime, but even still,
that. I
there's
would
another
say if you're
one.
just sitting around not doing nothing, watch the first episode and see what you think from there.
I guess I could. I mean, if it's on Amazon Prime, there's nothing wrong. But like, there's also another one like that has about about female wrestlers. I
Mm.
think it's about the women's of wrestling stuff. I can't
Oh yeah,
remember.
Glow.
Glow, yeah, it was on Netflix. I'm just like, that's really cool that they're spotlighting women's wrestlers like that from a show from this perspective. But I'm just like, I don't care.
Glow was okay. I did watch Glow. I think I had what, 2 seasons.
Hmm.
I believe I watched both seasons. It was okay. I mean, it was all right.
Like,
I mean, I like my series dramas. Like I watch a lot of that shit. Like Walking Dead, Raised by Wolves. Stuff like that. I like those episodic series. Like that. So if it's a good storyline, I'll watch shit out of it.
and see, I've just become so just with YouTube videos and stuff. I just stay on YouTube all the time. It's rare when I go to Peacock or when I go to Amazon Prime or whenever I go to HBO Max. It's extremely rare. But so like when it comes to dramas and stuff, everyone talks about like these shows like Yellowstone or something like that, or the show you're just talking about. I'm just like, I don't know. I don't really care.
I tried
I feel
Yellowstone.
bad.
I couldn't get into it.
Yeah, it's just that's not. I don't know. I'm a little bit more into cowboy stuff now than what I ever used to be, just because the whole Arizona trip from about 4 years back now,
Yeah.
almost 4 years. Holy fuck! But
Wow,
honestly,
it's hard
it's
to believe
just
it's
like
been that long. Yeah.
right. So just like I don't know. I've never been like a drama person, like a drama TV show guy. What The Walking Dead's probably like the closest I was, and I got out of that at like season 5.
Mm.
Doctor Who, I don't really count as drama, even though it has elements of that. It's more sci-fi. But even like sci-fi shows, I'm not that into, other than Doctor Who. My problem is I just don't give stuff a chance. If I Most of the time I'm just like, I don't want to watch this.
Well, like I've watched a lot of series just because I've been I've spent so many years being told by people, hey, watch this, And like I've gotten to the point where like there's a lot of days I'm bored and I'm tired of watching the same old shit. So I'm like, okay, I'll try to think of one and I'll go and look for it. And, and then if it's good, I'll keep watching it until I'm done with it. And I'm actually about to do that with a series because I've been bored again. But I'm going to try Vikings.
Hmm. I'll tell you how stingy or stubborn I am, which, oh God, going to a whole subject matter about me being stubborn, but this isn't the proper forum for that. Um, but like I'll tell you how stubborn I am when it comes to stuff like that. It took me until I was like 21 or 22 to finally watch Star Wars.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah, I
I
remember that.
I was already in being an adult, like could vote, could drink, whatnot, before I finally sat down and watched a Star Wars movie. Yeah, I liked them. I've watched them all of them ever since then. But I'm not like a huge Star Wars fan or whatever. I haven't watched all of Rogue Legacy, Rogue One. What was
Rogue
that new
One.
one? No, not Rogue One. What's the Mandalorian? God damn it.
Oh, the Mandalorian. Yeah,
Yeah, I've
Mandalorian's awesome.
Mandalorian is good, but I just haven't sat down to watch it because it's another show that's just going to take several episodes to finish up. I'm just like, I just rather watch YouTube with guys I think are really funny. I don't know. Yeah, it's also where I'm addicted to video games too, so that doesn't help. I'd rather
See,
watch
with
people.
me, it was I grew up. I grew up watching movies with my dad. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't TV shows. It was movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then like when I got like close to 17, 18 years old, I started watching other shit and got into like Sons of Anarchy started up later on after that. And Sons of Anarchy and like The Shield. That's what got me started watching like episodic shows. And now I'll still put on a movie, but I've kind of got to where I like to just watch a series because a movie only lasts for a couple hours, and in my life I got more than that. So I could sit down and watch a whole series, like that Hills show. I watched 10 episodes in like 3 days. I was like, sweet, okay, I'm done with that one. What's next?
I mean, if it's on Amazon Prime, I guess I have no excuse but at least try it out where I do like wrestling, but I'm not going to promise anything.
Just try it out, see what you think.
I will come back to you guys in 2 weeks' time because next week we're kind of busy. Try someone creature remind us because I know you listen. Remind us at least after next week sometime to come back and see if I've listened to that. Mention something, whether it be on the new Facebook page, which by the way, Save the Planet has a Facebook page. That's been a thing for about a couple weeks now.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Save the Planet podcast on Facebook if you want to like us or follow us there. And then also Patreon, of course. You can always follow us on there and become a patron.
Now I will say one more thing about that show before you watch it, and you don't have to worry about it. But boy, am I glad I started watching it on the week the kids were gone.
Is it raunchy?
It's not a show for kids to be watching.
Oh my!
There's a sex scene in about every fucking episode of that show.
Well, now you've got me interested.
Hey, there is a cute little blonde on there, so yeah, and she's actually a badass too. But yeah, and I mean there's some there's plenty of cussing and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely not one to watch with the kids. Because originally I was like, I'm gonna watch an episode or two. If it's good, then I'll let my son start watching with me. It's about wrestling. He likes wrestling. Dude, I got 30 minutes in that first episode, and I was like, nope, this is not fucking happening. He will not watch this. But you know what? I'm gonna keep watching it, and I did. So yeah, that you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, that's my thing for anybody that's listening that decides to watch it and thinks, oh, we'll watch that with the kids. No, don't watch it with the kids.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, do not watch that with the kids.
This isn't WWE kid-friendly bullshit. This is some hardcore takes and views of the wrestling biz.
It really is. It's almost the darker side of wrestling that a lot of people don't realize. Watching it on TV, and then they all of a sudden, you might see a flyer for like a local independent wrestling show. It kind of makes you start thinking about those.
Yeah.
And what's really going on there. And it's crazy.
We'll see. That's all I can say is we'll see.
I'll say the last episode, there's a ladder match that is actually pretty epic. So
That's a
it's
little.
cool.
Well, we're about 45 minutes in, and we haven't talked about the main, like a big thing that happened yesterday, which was yesterday as in Thursday. St. Patrick's Day was yesterday.
Yeah.
Now, for some context here, we haven't mentioned that. I've tried not to mention that, but we are actually recording this on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
because this week we are kind of busy, and this was really the only day that we could do it. And well, Jbomb's got his kids and stuff. With me tomorrow, I don't have nothing, but Jbomb's got his kids. Obviously, don't want to interfere with that. But yesterday was hopefully a day where I decided to make smart decisions.
We shall see.
I hope that I'm not saying this like before the fact, and this comes out on Friday, and I'm just like fucking dead.
Yeah.
With that in mind, if you made bad decisions, Putty, which I'm going to call you Putty because that's what you deserve at that point. But then you deserve every headache you get, you fucker. Then I have to work Friday too. There's a possibility that I could be going out tonight, went out last night, and maybe even tomorrow too.
I'm going ahead and saying that by this day this comes out that I will have spent my St. Patrick's Day hanging out with the kids, and after they went to sleep, I probably had a Guinness or two, and had to celebrate, the right way.
It's the most drunken time of the year.
Indeed.
Well, with that being said, it's not then yet for us right now. For me, it's the most tired time of the day. And this is a short one. So, Jbomb, is there anything you want to talk about before we start wrapping things up? Because we are 47 minutes in, and we still got a little extra time before we go. It's up to you. I mean, we can go straight to the after show if you want to.
I mean, I can look and see what kind of events we got coming up.
Yes. What kind of events do we have coming up? Because it is March. We are starting to kick things into high gear now.
Well, I mean, one thing I do see here at the Empty Glass in Charleston is the Disarm the Fallen album release party.
Double check to make sure that's tonight or Saturday.
No, Friday at 9 p.m. So that's tonight.
So that's tonight.
Yep, 9 p.m.
So get out there.
Yeah, Disarm the Fallen and Zero King at the Empty Glass. That's up your way.
I think that might be my going out Friday.
That might be your Friday event, huh?
That might be what. Oh my God, I'm so not looking forward to seeing how much of a headache I'm going to have on Saturday.
I see, dude. Like for me, my shit is next weekend.
Yeah, because you got another club meeting, then, don't you?
No, kind of. Next Friday is Sever the Wicked. Playing at Wild Riders, which is a local bar here.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
And dude.
Yeah. So it's actually not just Sever. It's Systematic Devastation, Push Button Apocalypse, Sever the Wicked, and Happy Hour Homicide. That's going to be crazy. And since it's so close to my house, we're going to have an after party / OD meeting. After the event, we're coming here.
There's no OD meeting. That's just a straight after party, dude. Come on.
Yeah, there's no meeting about that.
Don't hide that behind the mad thing. Come on.
Well, next weekend may kill me because we're going to have the after party, but then the next day on Saturday is the first show this year for the Pit at Helheim in Withville.
Dude, you're fucked next week.
And that's going to be with fucking Redefined is going to be there. Redefined, Rest Aside, the Low Down Dirty. They're pretty crazy.
Your liver is going to be crying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the Pit, now at the Pit, there's no drinkings, but that
doesn't mean after the show. there
Yeah, I
won't
mean,
be.
that's true. And I'll be with my buddy Travis and Lexi, so that'll probably end with us going back and getting drunk.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
next weekend is going to be brutal.
Well, I think
uh,
with that being said, and since next week we got Push the Attack coming up, I think the advice for tonight is just don't drink and drive and stay safe this St. Patty's Day weekend. Hopefully you were safe last night. I really hope that for sure. And then tonight
yes,
and tomorrow, just be safe out there. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drive drunk and keep your head straight.
yeah, great advice. Never drive drunk.
Yeah, it's not good.
No,
No.
it's not good.
All right, Jack, Mr. J-Bomb. If
What
there's
up?
nothing else you want to talk about, man, this is a short one.
How long have we went?
51, my friend.
51. Wow.
Oh yeah, one of the shorter ones, but hey, it makes sense. We got a long one coming up next week with Push the
Indeed.
Attack.
Indeed.
This is St. Patrick's Day weekend, so we don't want
Yeah.
to keep the people that long.
Yeah.
We've kept them almost an hour. I think that's plenty, and whatever we do for the after show is coming up
Indeed.
for our hardcore fans.
Yeah. And I have no idea what we're going to talk about in the after show. I
Oh
hope you got
God, God, I don't.
something.
I might just have to take a shit half the time. It's about the same quality.
Wow.
I. All right,
Way to
man. Take
promote
us.
that. Way to promote that after show.
Take us out, J-Bomb.
Well, this week's after show is just going to be us up close to the microphone eating crackers.
God bless.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening this week. Hope you had a great St. Patrick's Day and a safe one. Wherever you do this weekend, have fun at it as well. And that's like Keith said, don't drink and drive. Be smart about it. But yeah, thanks for listening. Next up's the after show. Who knows what's going to happen on there? And I guess next time we talk to you will be with Push the Attack, which is I am so pumped for. So stay tuned for that. And as always, stay metal.